Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, a bidding war over a top AEW star emerges.
WWE Evolution has been cooked by
A
CMLL.
major update on Liv Morgan's future.
And more crazy developments with Andrade. I'm Adam Wilborn.
I'm Andy H. Murray. The H stands for Happy New Speed EP Day to those who celebrate, and if you don't celebrate, you should.
Love I Show Speed. And this is the news.
End me. Right, let's end it. There
Yeah.
you go. Right, let's talk about a bidding war over a top AEW star.
A bidding war.
Major promotions, international promotions, the biggest companies ever. They're all after this guy. It's Chris Jericho, baby.
Of course it is.
And it's a report here from Fightful Select, noting that Chris Jericho's contract is due to expire at the end of the year. We knew that already. There is obviously the possibility of an extension.
Yep.
Also, they do know that the contract might be frozen, right? That is a possibility because he's been off TV for so long.
The old fuzzy clause,
Yeah,
I see.
the old. I hate that clause. I hate this clause. You're off TV. I'm going to freeze your contract. I think it's brutal, but whatever. We've spoken about that at length a lot. Now, Fightful, apparently they've not heard about him being brought up creatively in AEW, but they do know that he is typically, when it comes to creative, he would discuss that with Tony.
Yeah, makes sense.
Mano. Tony has made it clear that he wants to see Chris Jericho back in AEW, but there is big time interest. I'm going to read the opening sentence to this paragraph here. Even though Jericho's contract isn't up, Fightful Select Sean Ross Sapp has confirmed that multiple companies on a national and global level are interested in using him, including WWE. So WWE named specifically. There's no other promotions are named specifically, but if you're talking global, you would assume things like New Japan, who've worked with him before, things like CMLL.
TNA probably want him, they just can't afford him.
Yeah. They'd have to figure out how to get a whole lot of money. But yeah, there's no word on whether or not there's been any direct conversations or anything like that. But a staff member did say that they felt like Jericho's mentions and references and reaction on WWE TV to him from the audience would be a really good sign for interest and stuff like that. But he hasn't been discussed creatively because he still works for another company, presumably. Now, Jericho's contract.
Yes.
Because Fightful note that Jericho would almost certainly be offered several $1 million by WWE. It's not like they've got any to spare. I mean, come on. But they did say that AEW could probably match it, even though they don't really know what Jericho's motivations are. Jericho is going to be one of the big free agents this coming year, and it looks like, to me, the Fed seems a pretty obvious place.
Yeah, it's weird because this is one of the very few, bidding war stories where I've made my mind up. Like when we talk about people like AJ Styles or even, let's say, an MJF, to just pick someone from this aid, you could make arguments for both. I think he has to return to WWE. I think he's kind of done everything in AEW. He's obviously got a lot of creative freedom there, and I wouldn't be surprised if he does re-sign, and I've no doubt Tony will have some big ideas for him. But I kind of want to see him have one more run in the Fed.
Yeah.
Is it that simple?
Yeah, I just think it's a fresher option, right? Because he's done everything. He was the first AEW champion. He's worked with so many people. His latter creative in AEW has not been the best.
I'm glad he went away for a bit, yeah.
Me too. The learning tree, the Jericho appreciations, all of this
The
stuff.
Jericho vortex, basically.
Yeah. It's definitely been diminishing returns. Yeah. We cannot take away from what he did in that first couple of years. Right? Tremendous. I love Le Champion.
Yeah.
Oh, it was tremendous. But I did not love his feud with Eddie Kingston, which went on for about 12 years.
Which he won, but Eddie Kingston sort of won because Jericho was in some barbed wire or something.
Not the best. Not the best. And he's had some other ones as well. I think that he has developed an unfortunate habit of seeing someone catch fire and going, yes, please, I'll work for them.
Yeah.
And it being to their detriment. I didn't need him becoming a 2-time Ring of Honor World Champion either, I'm not going to lie. But yeah.
Yocho.
The no-cho in this case. I think it's fresher. I think it's better for everyone involved. And he can go to the Fed and return in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I will say I wouldn't be as down as I would have been several months ago if he just popped back up in AEW announcing he'd signed a new contract, because I do feel like we've been crying out for a long period of time away. There was periods when he'd take like a month off for a Fozzy tour or whatever, or that cruise that he does, but it wasn't long enough for me. Now, I feel like A, I kind of miss him, and B, it always feels like when he has a sufficient time away, he does come back with some sort of creative spark. Yeah. Like the other stuff was like a copy of a copy of a copy, like you say, of like, what if I have a gang of people with me? And we already had that, Chris. Yeah. Whereas now, you know, we've called him the Madonna of pro wrestling for a reason for quite some time, because, you know, you could I think we have done lists on the different versions of his character across companies over the years. Like, the moment you count Chris Jericho out is when he surprises you yet again. So if he does return to AEW, it's not the end of the world. I just think most fans would prefer him to head back to WWE. But let us know your thoughts in the comments.
Yeah, I mean, maybe there are AEW fans who really want to love Chris Jericho and want to see him back.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'm sure, you know, like you say, the hangover's a bad word because it's meant to be a good recollection of things, and hangovers generally aren't great, especially not at my age, but...
He does love vodka, though, Chris Jericho, so it's appropriate.
The memory of Le Champion still lives, and Le Sex Gods lives strong in my memory, so I still have some fond memories. He's just tarnished some of them recently.
Yes. He did have a very good match with Bandido.
Yeah, this is the thing. The moment you go, that's it, he's finished.
You can still turn it up a little bit.
So very intriguing. A good way to start 2026, I feel. I feel like that's when we're going to really see this thing.
Makes me feel all warm and fuzzy. That's awful.
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
More on Simon Miller later on in our afternoons, by the way.
Yeah, it's sort of.
The old hoot and a half, as I like to call him.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about WWE Evolution. What? Adam, that was ages ago. Well, it's been blown out of the water, ladies and gentlemen, by CMLL, their all-womench show on October 17th. We talked about it, sort of, because it was part of that mad weekend that Mercedes Moné had. That match obviously headlined Mercedes Moné versus Persephone, that all-women's show. And it was the highest attended women's wrestling show anywhere in the world in over 7 years, easily beating the Evolution pay-per-view, which is, it is great stuff. And, like, I get it with the title. Oh, people are raging in the comments. Right, that's just a bit of fun.
It's fun.
But, like, I can't believe I'll have to say this, but to put the tribalism to one side for a second, genuinely, this year has been awesome for women's wrestling kind of across the board.
Yeah. So, like, I'm a CMLL. I love CMLL. So I'm a CMLL tribalist. I don't care. I don't care about WWE or AEW really to that level. But no, jokes aside, like, look, CMLL is the huge major wrestling promotion that draws an insane number every Friday that people don't realize. This blooming company is doing 8, 9, 10,000 people in that arena every single Friday, guys. It is a huge deal, CMLL. People don't even realize.
They're slept on a bit, aren't they?
They are, because it's not very accessible, right, CMLL? Because if you want to watch everything, you have to pay like $30 a month on YouTube. And they don't make a big song and dance about having loads of English commentary on every show or anything like that. They have it sometimes, but not often. And yeah, it's inaccessible, and Lucha Libre has never quite broken in the US the same way that New Japan did a few years ago, right? This promotion's huge. It's the oldest promotion in the world. It's one of the biggest. If you take raw attendances, if you take average attendance per show, it probably rivals both of the big American companies. It certainly rivals AEW. Like, if you take it a week-to-week basis, it leaves them in the dust. CMLL is a huge deal. Mercedes Moné went down there and popped an incredible number, working Persephone in the big drawing match on that show. It's huge, man. And, like, a lot of people are... These days, right, so much bandwidth online is, like, on Twitter, on Reddit, on YouTube, everywhere where you discuss wrestling is just taken up by the big two, WWE and AEW. There is a wider world of wrestling out there for you. There's so much of it. I hate when you see online someone go, oh, it's only CML, who cares? But there's 10,000 people there, man. Like, they care, you know?
And like you say, you know, I think a lot of people feel a little bit jaded with North American wrestling in 2025. So, yeah, as Andy said, if you are getting that of just a bit like, I'm getting nothing from either company, why not check out CMLL?
Explore.
They're doing great stuff.
Explore. Don't be a bore.
Indeed. And I saw this comment on the Reddit post on Squared Circle about this, and I'm just going to steal it because I think it's a very valid point. Putting to one side, again, this is going to be even harder for the people in the comments, putting to one side your personal opinions regarding Mercedes Moné, right, wrestling fans, you have to admit that is one of the best cases, as they said on Reddit, of backing yourself since Cody.
Absolutely. I love Mercedes. Like, I have from day one. There are videos of me on this channel 7 years ago calling her the greatest women's wrestler of all time.
I think fairly certain you said she's one of the greatest women's wrestlers of all time. Arguably one of the greatest wrestlers right now of any generation.
Definitely. And while, look, like I've watched more old wrestling than now versus 7 years ago, and I'm not sure I would call her that in 2025 because I've educated myself on like 70s and 80s Joshi and 90s Joshi and all these really cool things. But I think she's incredible. I've always really enjoyed her work, and I really admire anyone who who takes a chance on themselves, goes out there and just kills it. And I think she has done that. And I think it's notable that the more success she has, the louder her haters get. And you're entitled to not like her work. I get it.
You can not like a certain wrestler. That's fine.
Yeah, like sometimes like her matches can be a little bit sloppy, right? There are elements to this, and that's a fair criticism. But to me, actually, sometimes that just makes them feel riskier and more dangerous, and I like that. So.
And I don't want to spoil anything, but I've got my sources out there, Andy. My little birds.
He's that Varys, this guy.
Apparently, CMLL, after the success of this, looking into booking Mini Monet. So look out for that one.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. My favourite segment of the week. Right, speaking of women's wrestlers, someone who was very high on many people's lists this year until she was injured, Liv Morgan.
Watch me.
Boom, boom, boom.
She's great.
Boom, boom.
When's she coming back?
I would say I like Liv Morgan a lot. Entrance music, her and Jimmy Uso have the two most annoying ones in WWE for me. Dude, Jimmy Uso's is just like, stop it. Stop. do. I'm glad, he's back with Jay and stuff.
For the time being.
Yeah, because the Usos theme is a banger. Liv Morgan, right, she's been hurt, shoulder injury. We knew at the time it was going to keep her out for a while. She's been away since then. Roxanne Perez has really wormed her way into that position into the Judgment Day. So the story is right there waiting for her with Dirty Dom and all of that stuff. But there's an update on her status from PW Insider Elite, noting that Liv should be cleared to return by early 2026. Yes. Some people, there's a bit of speculation that she might return in the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. I mean, it's the Rumble. That's where you do returns,
makes sense,
man.
Yeah.
Roxanne's in the ring, running the shop, Liv's music hits, Roxanne goes, oh crap. I mean, it writes itself. It's right there. She's very popular, apparently, in Saudi Arabia, Liv Morgan, and the company is very excited about her return, which might actually happen before then. I would wait for the Rumble, and I would do exactly the fantasy booking that I just laid out, because I love the smell of my own farts.
No, I agree, because, not the fart stuff, the other thing, because... I get it to a certain extent if you're, business-minded. If you have Liv Morgan come out on, let's say, the Raw before the Royal Rumble and say, I'm going to be in the Royal Rumble, that might increase buys or whatever. But it's the Rumble.
Yeah.
We're going to buy it anyway.
Yeah.
So let us please have some... And hey, look, it's someone whose theme I actually recognise in the Rumble.
Yeah, I don't care about your TV metrics, advertising surprises. I just want surprises at this stage, man.
And it's going to be I agree completely that, and I to a certain extent argue that Roxanne Perez should win a world title in the interim, because I think that would even add some more spice to the story. Or you can just do her and Roxanne, because they'll put on an absolute classic, I reckon. But the intriguing thing as well is, in the interim, Dirty Dom has kind of become a whisper it babyface. So the initial plan that people suggested of Dom's going to try and shag someone else might not work.
Yeah.
Because I think people are just going to be like, yeah, Dom's the best. We just want Liv by his side again.
It's going to be a real fun ride.
Yeah.
I think Roxanne versus Liv at WrestleMania is a good direction.
Absolutely. Title or no title, I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, if you can find a way to do Roxanne versus Stephanie Vacquer for the title before then, that'd be sick as well.
Yeah, because we all said prior to developments with Naomi, etc., that we thought the initial crowning of Vacquer was going to be at WrestleMania. They've expedited that, and it's worked out brilliantly, obviously. But you could have her and, I don't know, Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, for example.
Sashay Vacquer.
Indeed.
RuPaul, baby.
Right.
We're a big RuPaul household. We love that show.
Shantae, you stay.
Yeah, there you go.
I remember. Yeah.
Legend.
Would you like yet another update on Andrade? Now, often when we do these sorts of stories, right, we say, there's another update on thing, and it's like a tiny little detail, and it's the full story, and we just kind of eke something out of it. Not with Andrade. There's always something bloody massive coming out with him. So, they have me in the first half, I'm not going to lie, right? Because the first half of this report, from PW Insider claims there's a belief within some wrestling circles in Mexico that WWE is enforcing Andrade's 1-year non-compete clause. If you stop reading there, right?
Yeah.
That is kind of par for the course. WWE are like, no, bollocks to you, 1-year non-compete, screw you, you're not wrestling anywhere. Oh, the sentence isn't finished, Andy. There is a belief within certain wrestling circles in Mexico that WWE is enforcing Andrade's 1-year non-compete clause because they want to bring him back. What?
What's going on? What's going on?
Set some sort of record for jumping between companies. I mean, it's not his decision, clearly, but...
this could be a bunch of people in Mexican wrestling circles just shooting and it's made it to an outlet, right?
I believe it more than the cartel story from yesterday.
Yes, absolutely. That was an idiot on Twitter who has since deleted their account.
Smart.
But yeah, I mean, this could be as simple as like some people in a locker room were going, man, it's like they want to buy it, like, and that's just made it to the media. But it's also very funny. I tell you what, look, you either get it or you don't. Andrade rules. This man.
This is only enhancing him, isn't it?
This man is so sick because, like, not only is he a great wrestler, right? He's a really like intense, fun, like stiff wrestler that is a lot of fun to watch. He is also just a storm media-wise, right? Whether it is rumors that he punched Sammy Guevara in the face to try and get fired, whether it's rumors that he was tapped up by Triple H while he was in AEW, rumors that all of the recent stuff with him breaking a release clause and taking bookings and all of this
wellness
stuff.
Policy things. What's going on?
He's kind of like a perfect wrestler for us because, like, he's great, but he's also really newsworthy.
Yeah.
I love Andrade, man.
And also, is he going to be the highest paid wrestler ever? Because he's just going to re-up each company until he's paid. He's going to be like the Nicholas Anelka of, like, and turns out, most expensive wrestler ever is Andrade.
Yeah, he's getting severance fees. He's like Russell Martin, getting these severance fees.
Andrade, if you're watching, we don't mean that.
Shouts to Russell Martin. He's a force for good in the world. But yeah, that poor guy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he did march into the fortress of Mordor.
Well, the good news is that Rangers have really turned it around since he left.
Yeah, I mean, I can't say much about football results today, but hey, look, sometimes you just have the worst European result in your club's history. It doesn't matter because you've still won 2 major trophies.
Hey, look on the bright side. How was that pizza?
Anyway, let's get out of here.
He was stone cold.
Yeah,
sorry, mate.
Yeah, a new East doesn't give you much back when it's stone cold. What's that about?
They
right?
just come in and give you a stunner.
Here's the thing. How can you order... How can you order food, right? Here's the thing. How can you order food, right? And you pay for the priority delivery, right?
Oh, you even pay for the priority?
Yeah, it's like £2 extra and they come to you first, right? The guy picks
extra
it
fast
up.
Stone Cold.
The guy picks it up from a restaurant that's a mile away, right? So you're on a bike. That's maybe like a 10-minute bike ride.
It's a lovely evening last night.
Yeah, lovely evening. You watch on the map as this guy goes round in circles for half an hour. Can't find where he's going.
I've been to your house. Right? It's not that hard to find.
It's not that hard. He gets here, the food's cold, you don't get your money back. How does that work? Let us know in the comment section below. We're having a laugh today.
Yeah, we'll be back later.
I'm going to go and listen to some angry music. But yes, here is a video that the algorithm thinks you're going to like. We will be back later. Bye.
Bye.